The 1940s were a decade unlike any other in American automotive history. Bookended by war and economic recovery, the early 40s saw a production halt as the U.S. joined World War II, with factories churning out tanks instead of coupes. When peace returned, automakers scrambled to pick up where they left off, often dusting off pre-war designs and adding modern touches. Amid the revival, a few vehicles were born with promise, only to fade into near-total obscurity. This chapter revisits three of the most forgotten American cars of the 1940s, machines that turned heads in their day, but never quite secured a lasting place in the public's memory. Dear viewers, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support. Number 3. The luxury liner was Dodge's full-size car offering just before the U.S. entered World War II. It came in two primary series: Luxury Liner Deluxe D14, Luxury Liner Special D17. This was a period when Dodge was aiming to compete more directly with brands like Ford and Chevrolet, offering a blend of solid engineering, conservative luxury, and fresh styling. But in 1942, civilian auto production came to a halt due to World War II, and by the time Dodge resumed after the war, the luxury liner name was dropped, and the company shifted toward newer post-war designs. Introduced modern, flowing lines, a big step away from the boxy designs of the 1950s-1930s. Featured integrated fenders, a longer hood, and a gently sloping roofline. Some models offered chrome grills and stylish two-tone paint options, looked sleek and elegant, especially in the upscale special models. Most models were powered by Dodge's reliable flathead inline-six engine, around 87 horsepower. 3-speed manual transmission with optional fluid drive, a semi-automatic feature. Not sporty, but smooth, quiet, and well-built. A real gentleman's car of its time. Available in a range of body styles: door and four-door sedans, convertibles, coupes. Interiors featured cloth or mohair upholstery, wood grain dash trim, and ample space, optional heater, radio, and clock. Luxuries in their day. We halted production just as the car was gaining popularity. Post-war Dodge models ditched the luxury liner branding in favor of fresh styling and new names. It wasn't groundbreaking mechanically, so it didn't stand out long-term. Outshone by Dodge's muscle cars and fins of the 50s to 70s, which became far more iconic. The 1940 Dodge luxury liner was one of the first mainstream American cars to really lean into a streamlined design. Its fenders flowed into the body rather than being bolted on separately, giving it a more futuristic look for its time. Loved by classic car fans who appreciate pre-war American design. Rare today, especially in original condition or convertible form. Represents a unique pause in auto history. The moment just before war changed everything. Number 2. After World War II, Willys Overland wanted to capitalize on the wild success of the military Jeep MB. The answer? A vehicle that retained some of the ruggedness of the Jeep, but was suitable for families and small businesses. Enter the Willys station wagon, released in 1946. It was one of the first civilian vehicles that blended utility, passenger space, and durability. It's widely regarded as America's first SUV, years before that term even existed. Unlike most cars of the time, it had a steel body rather than wood, a huge innovation that made it more durable, safer, and easier to mass-produce. All-steel body, one of the very first of its kind, cheaper and safer than traditional wood-paneled wagons. Early models had rear-wheel drive, but a 4x4 version, Jeep utility wagon, was introduced in 1949. Rugged, boxy design, with a vertical slat grille echoing the military Jeep. Built on a modified CJ2A chassis, Jeep's first civilian model. Go Devil 134 cubic inch flathead, i4, brought to you 60 horsepower. Later upgraded to the Hurricane F-Head, i4, 75 horsepower. Also offered a L148 Lightning Straight 6 in higher trims, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. Performance was modest, but reliability and off-road potential were excellent, perfect for post-war rural America. Door wagon was the standard, with rear barn doors. Panel delivery version available for commercial use. Interior was simple and easy to clean, perfect for work, camping, or rough roads. Seats could be removed or folded to haul gear. Totally overshadowed by the Willys Jeep CJ, which had the WW2 hero legacy and off-road cred. It was designed for function, not flash, and styling remained relatively unchanged for years. Later SUV icons like the Ford Bronco and Chevy Suburban took over the spotlight. Willys merged with Kaiser in the 1950s, and branding eventually faded into Jeep under AMC, taking attention away from early civilian models. It was the first mass-market station wagon with an all-steel body, making it a precursor to both SUVs and modern crossovers. Ford and Chevrolet didn't adopt full steel wagons until a few years later. Increasingly respected as the ancestor of the SUV, enthusiasts love it for its vintage looks and legendary Willys reliability. Still relatively affordable in the classic car market, especially two-wheel drive models. The four-wheel drive version, 1949 onward, is more collectible due to its trail-capable heritage. Number 1. The Plymouth Deluxe was Chrysler's bread-and-butter car for the American middle class, and by 1940, it had firmly established itself as one of the best-selling vehicles in the U.S. It came in 2 trim levels: Deluxe, lower trim; Special Deluxe, higher trim. During World War II, Plymouth stopped civilian car production like all U.S. automakers, but post-war production resumed with the Deluxe, picking up right where it left off, offering no-frills affordable transportation for millions of Americans returning to normal life. Powered by Chrysler's reliable flathead inline 6, 201 cubic inches to 218 cubic inches depending on year. Made around 84 to 95 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed manual on the column. Not a performance car, but sturdy, smooth, and long-lasting. Could hit a top speed of around 75 to 80 miles per hour. Early 1940 models had upright grilles and separate fenders, typical pre-war look. Post-war, 1946 to 1948, versions were updated versions of the 1942 model. Rounder, more streamlined, but still conservative. Common body styles: 2-door sedan, 4-door sedan, business coupe, convertible, station wagon, optional heater, radio, and white wall tires. Special deluxe models came with better trim, chrome accents, and upgraded interiors. Known for solid build quality and ease of maintenance. It was everywhere, and that's part of the problem. When a car is so common, it loses its uniqueness over time. The design was conservative, never flashy or stylish compared to rivals like the Ford Deluxe or Chevrolet Fleetline. Plymouth's later cars, like the Barracuda and Roadrunner, completely stole the spotlight in retrospect. No major innovations or high-performance versions made it memorable in the long run. During and just after World War III too, the Plymouth Deluxe was one of the most widely used cars in the U.S. It became the go-to choice for taxis, family cars, and even military staff vehicles thanks to its rugged simplicity and huge production numbers. Today, these cars are undervalued, making them an accessible entry point into classic car ownership. Restored examples are appreciated for their durability and nostalgic value, especially by those who remember them from childhood. Not flashy, but a true representative of everyday American life in the 1940s.